What's up YouTube? Capital G here. As the title would suggest, this is a updated version of my KMP deck that I've been running over the last several weeks after testing and just certain things that I liked about the regionals deck and certain things that I didn't like. I decided to incorporate some new ideas and yeah, this is what I've been running post the last regionals where I ran KMP. Obviously, the title, it's a play on words dedicated to my favorite character in Dragon Ball Z, Cell. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys about the deck, show you it, and tell you about what I changed and what I didn't change, or what I liked and what I didn't like. Okay, so I'm going to go through the deck list, then I'll stop and I'll tell you about some of the changes I made. 3 Gear Frame, 2 Machina Fortress, 1 Machina Force, 2 Lone Fire Blossoms, Spore, Dandelion, Glow Up Bulb, 3 Karakuri Strategist, 3 Karakuri Soldier, 1 Watchdog, 2 Pot of Duality, 2 Mystical Space Typhoons and a Giant Trinade, Book of Moon, a Monster Reborn. Then we've got the Plant Aid Engine. That would be Foolish Burial, 1 for 1, Mind Control, and Pot of Avarice. 2 Instant Fusions and Limiter Removal. For traps, 3 Trap Stun, the Solemn Brigade, 2 Solemn Warnings, and a Solemn Judgment. And to finish off my traps, I've got Royal Oppression, Trap Dust Shoot, and Call of the Haunted. One of the first changes that you should notice is that I'm not running 3 Fortress anymore. I took a Fortress out for Machina Force. I was talking to one of the players who topped at the YCS Paris, and he made a very good point. Fortress is really only good when you go for your initial combo. Mid to late game, it can be really bad if you draw it. God forbid you don't have any other machines. This stops you from drawing it because you have many ways of getting to Machina Fortress in your deck. You have 3 Gear Frame, you have 2 Pot of Dualities, and then obviously you can draw it. But this gives you more targets to search for Gear Frame. It also gives you a 1 card Reborn for this guy, which is great late game. It's a lot better late game than drawing a Fortress. The plant engine stayed exactly the same. My Karakuri lineup changed a little bit. I'm not running Seznake. I'm not running Quick. Quick is a great card, and I do like it. It can become a one card 8 or 1 card synchro. The problem with Quick is too often your opponent will have something big on the field and you can't get over it, and Quick becomes just an absolutely dead card. Unless you have Fortress, you can't really do anything. So I added another Karakuri Soldier. I mean, he's basically Emmer's Blade. You can play it offensively, you can play it defensively. It helps me get the strategist a lot quicker, which I'll show you why that's important. My spells, or at least the top end, pretty much stay the same. I like duality, and that gives it speed and consistency. The Magic and Trap Hate, the 2 staples of the format, in my opinion. I did change a card here. I added in Pot of Avarice. What Pot of Avarice does is, because so many people are playing Effect Veiler, as I've said before, you take a neg when you're trying to do the combo with Barredo and a level 1 tuner. If your Barredo is Effect Veilered or something like that, you will be neg. Where you start plussing is when you start drawing and doing multiple Barredos and stuff like that. But if somebody cuts you off with an Effect Veiler, I mean, Avarice becomes an excellent card because you can get all your pieces back maybe a turn or 2 later. And also, when you go to synchro out, even if your opponent doesn't Avarice, I mean, you load up the graveyard so quick in this deck, especially if you use 1 for 1 in Foolish Burial and stuff like that. So I upped Instant Fusion from 1 copy to 2 copies. The reason I did that is because Instant Fusion really lets you take advantage of strategists, and because I'm playing 3 copies of Soldier, my strategists are easier to get to. Now, people might think, well, what if you draw your strategists early, or you use them too early and then you top deck, you know, Instant Fusion? Well, that's why I incorporated something like Pot of Avarice into the deck, so that I can cycle those cards back and still have my Magic and Traps, you know, very live, and still be able to go for another OTK push. My trap lineup is pretty much identical to what I went at my regionals. 3 Trap Stun is amazing in this deck. I mean, outside of Effect Veiler, they pretty much get shit on once you Trap Stun them. Solemn Brigades, pretty much every deck. Trap Dust Shoot is always amazing. I like it. Gets rid of those Effect Veilers. Call the Haunted, you know, pretty much staple on a deck like this. Reborn a Fortress or a Lone Fire, make, you know, play Lone Fire, reborn another Lone Fire, make Shooting Star Dragon. Raw oppression. I cited it at the regionals almost every single matchup that I had, except maybe one or two matches. The card is amazing. It's nothing like getting two burritos and a Stardust and then setting oppression and just daring your opponent to try and do something. You know what I mean? So Mirror Force was pretty janky, and oppression just it'll win you a game. Mirror Force will hardly ever win you a game in this format. So this is just, a quick run through of what I've been playing. I didn't really have any ideas for a video this week. I do on YVD, sometimes the Dueling Network. I'm not a huge fan of it under the name of Capital G. So if you guys see me on there, say what's up. Let's get a game in. And I have a regionals coming up in about 3 weeks. So I'm either going to run this or Gladiator Beast. Maybe you guys can leave comments down below and suggest what you guys want me to run. And also, name your favorite Dragon Ball Z character. I think that would be funny. See you guys later.